Hey guys, welcome back to Screen Orb. Today we'll talk about bar rescue is so bad for this. Let's head into it. Number 5, bad success rate. So, how many of these failing bars have owners who end up listening to the advice of John Taffer and saving their company? He'd try to help 187 bars by the end of season 7. According to bar rescue updates, of those, 94 were left open, 83 were closed, and 10 went up for sale. That's not terrible. And when he was asked by Bro Bible about his failures, he said he didn't really mind when one of the bars he was trying to save ultimately failed. He put it this way: can I be cocky for a second? If I hit a home run 80% of the time, and you want to talk about the 20 times I missed swinging the bat, I'm okay with that. But I hit 80% of the time, so I have no embarrassment. And here's the interesting thing. He still keeps an eye on how all the bars are doing, even after Taffer leaves. All the cash registers he installs in bars are linked to an app that pings his phone. He knows exactly how well they are doing, or how badly they are doing, and whether they are using the systems he put in place or not. But he says he's not upset about the failures at the end of the day. You're talking to a guy who buys and sells restaurants and bars with no connection to them. They don't live and breathe. They don't have blood. It's a business.
Hi, Gary. How you doing, John? What the happened?
Number 4, bar rescue has been accused of fakery. If you don't know this show is fake anymore, then I've got to sell you a badge. But hey, you don't have to watch an entire episode of the show in order to find out that it's fake. The people who are on the show are going to save you time and just tell you, like Nina Wyatt from Schaefer's Bar and Grill, who said they had been fed lines by the crew. She's not the only one throwing accusations around. Owner Ryan Burke said, "During my first interview, I was asked how much money we are losing each month. My exact words to the producer were, 'What would you like me to say?' Producer's response, 'For our story, you are losing $10,000 a month and losing your house and closing down next month,' all of which isn't true." Just about the same thing, Pirates Tavern said. It was basically coerced and staged to be an opening act for a re-rescue. I was told to bring in several changes of clothes to make it appear that filming covered several days. As usual, they brought in a bunch of extras to fill the house and we were told what to say and with whom to speak. Too many bars are saying they're fed lines and too many camera angles are just right and too many lines are really, really badly delivered for this to be anything but set up at the least.
I'm gonna take this cesspool and shut it down.
Number 3, you only see a bit of what John Taffer does in Bar Rescue. It's not a terribly long show, Bar Rescue, and there was only so much that makes it into the final cut. He wanted to make sure they knew when John Taffer spoke with Forbes that he was doing a lot more than you see on TV. "When I created Bar Rescue, I didn't realize that it would be so invasive," he told them. "Not only does it take 12 to 14-hour days at least 5 days a week, but he's also operating at high speed. He's doing all the designing of the bar, the logos, the new names, redesigning all the menus, figuring out the pricing, and along the way. And all I do of that while I'm there. And while I'm shooting the show, I get 80 to 100 emails a day, taking paint colors, designs, furnishing, menus, logos, interior colors. So I have to do the projects while I shoot the show. And he minds a lot, but not for the reason you could expect. What kept me up at night when I first got the show wasn't doing the show, but turning my back on everything that wasn't the show. That's what was really scary to me."
2 pizzas just fell off the back. Oh! Hey, he's breaking glassware over there.
Number 2, Bar Rescue's most expensive rescue was a massive fail. It's never cheap to remodel an entire bar, but it was the LA Brewing Company's remodel that was dubbed the most expensive renovation in the history of Bar Rescue, and it has been a massive failure. It began, says Bro Bible, when some serious problems were initiated by a legal dispute between partners, and they called John Taffer in to stop the bar from suffering because of it. Some seriously unbelievable things, such as brewing vats and a huge brewing system, he added. Hundreds of thousands of dollars were the price tag, but months later, they were still failing. Bro Bible was told by Tafer that they failed because they never even turned on things like the massive brewing system he had installed, and he made it clear that he believes the fault rested solely on them. But LA Weekly discovered that they hadn't implemented many of the modifications to the story. But as far as that brewing system, part of the issue was that the show didn't help them get the permits they needed to brew on site. No permit, no brewing operations, but that was only a small part of the problem. Many changes were ignored. There were only a few beers on the tap, and when Tafer heard that they were selling the bar to get out of their debt, he had to say, so at the end of the day, I got to leave them in a better place.
Last time you cleaned it?
We cleaned it, what was it, last week?
Last week.
Cleaned the bottom of it?
Yes.
Number 1. Chrissy Teigen's not a huge fan of Bar Rescue. You're not alone. Chrissy Teigen agrees with you, and she's not scared to tweet her thoughts. If you've ever thought Bar Rescue was just a bit too formulaic, I don't understand why some of the bar owners on Bar Rescue need someone to come in and tell them to maybe not serve raw chicken, ice cream, and probably stop letting cockroaches sleep in the alcohol bottles, she tweeted, adding, "You're right, the raw chicken ice cream does not sell well." Pulp culture says that it didn't take long for others to jump on the bandwagon with similar criticisms, and John Tafer himself responded just a few days later. You'd be surprised at what I come across at Chrissy Teigen. As a matter of fact, come to a rescue with me. Are we going to see this? Given that a few years earlier she had tweeted that she would be interested in making an appearance but thought she was too old for his demographic. Who knows? What do you think about Bar Rescue? Do you agree that it's bad? Let us know in the comments section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I am sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.